Welcome to the channel. Today you will see moon dust sandpaper. Dad sniffs epoxy, and Ellie learns to sand.
Woke up this morning with the sunrise in my eyes, just like a new day, a breath of fresh air in my life. I don't know how, don't know why, but I'll be toasting all my life. My boots and briefcase are waiting at the door. My ride sweeter to meet the one I love. I don't know how and don't know why, but I'll be toasting all my life.
Hey, my love, how are you? Did your broken heart say I do by the house we left, falling asleep in a car on the one way? Now we're both crying now, every brick we stacked falling down in a place I loved, bleeding out through the heart. Let's die somewhere we were start. What you take to make me laugh is a time and place I can't get back. An hourglass I cannot turn upside down. Flashes of lightning paint the sky and burn it out. In the bulrushes, no basket found. In the place I've gone, sang itself out like a song. Don't look at me like I'm wrong. Don't look at me like I'm wrong.
It's not much to look at, to be honest, but there's a lot of work that goes into these. Every single one of these things has to be cut special and then shimmed just to make everything nice and flush and level looking. But yeah, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. A couple people commented about how these windows open up, and I think they were confused, or they thought that maybe I was boxing them in square. I'm not. Only one side of these windows upstairs flare out. The one side is square, one side flares, and I kept it just like that. This right here, this display, is all my windowsills rough cut, and they are sanded to 110 grit. Is that 110? Oh, they're sanded to 120 with the moon dust sandpaper. So that's pretty smooth. I mean, these are sliver free at this point. Very smooth. But there's more that I want to do to them. And maybe I'll regret this. I'll show you with this one here. There's old nail holes. There's some spots where the wood has kind of come out a little bit. They're not huge, you know. If this is the end of a very skinny screwdriver, you can see not huge necessarily, but it's there nonetheless. To try to make these ideally as good as I can get them, I went ahead and I bought some epoxy. I went with a company called West System. I think mostly because I did some research, and there's a YouTuber that I watch and I've been watching for a long time, John Peters. He's just really good, top-notch woodworker, and this is what he uses. And what's really cool is when you buy this kit, I bought this kit online from eBay, actually. They give you these little pumper things here, and what's really cool is when you put those in there, 1 pump of resin to 1 pump of hardener, it's perfectly mixed. You don't have to do any measuring, which kind of sold it for me too. I think that's all I need to explain. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Another thing I'm doing is I saved a lot of my really fine sawdust when I was sanding all these down. I'm going to be mixing a little bit of the sawdust in to each resin hardener batch. I think it helps just fill that with a little bit of color versus just clear. So first thing I'm going to do is flip this over and tape the back side. Good. You tape the back side just so the resin doesn't obviously drip all the way through. Sticks pretty good. They give you 2 pumpers for the hardener and only 1 pumper for the resin. And I'm thinking there's a reason for that. Oh, that doesn't fit. That's why. One of these fits the small hardener and one doesn't. So I'm assuming there's different size hardeners. So instead of just having to mess with giving everybody the right one, they just give you one that fits and one that doesn't fit. I don't know what I gotta find a place to put this. There we go. Now it's all making sense. Okay, screwed on there nice and good. Cool. This is easy. Red Solo cup. I fill you up. And this is a total guesstimation for me. I'm just going to do 1 scoop of sawdust. I don't know. Seems like a thing to do. If it was Raisin Bran, you would do 2 scoops. You can see what I'm dealing with here. My work time on this is somewhere around 10 minutes. All right, let's just drip a little bit in here and see what happens. Ooh, that didn't go down a hole. Man, it smells good. I probably shouldn't be whiffing it, but here, zoom in on this. Phew. You might be able to see it. It's kind of going down and into that hole very slowly. This epoxy is expensive. You ever see people make like big tables and they pour out a whole bunch of epoxy? That's a very, very expensive thing to do. This epoxy that I'm using was $150 for that kit. And that was the best price that I could find. Alright, I think that's going to do it. I'm going to stick around for a little bit longer just to see if any of these holes collapse. But they're all pretty full. You can see little air bubbles coming to the top. I'm kind of going through and just kind of popping those as I see them. It's some good size crack right there is all filled up nice. Yeah, all in all, it's pretty simple. I hope it sands out easy. I think it does. But that's going to do it. Just going to watch these a little bit longer and then head home. Alright, it's the next day. Of the 5 sills that I did, only 1 turned out good. And it was the easy one, the one that didn't actually have any holes in it. They were just like little indentations. So I'll be able to sand this one today. The rest of these, surprisingly, the epoxy really sat down in the holes way more than I thought possible. You can see that hole right there basically doesn't look like there's any in it. And then there's like this crack right here. Didn't fill up at all, really. So we're gonna mix up some more real quick. I'm gonna try to fill up these holes, and we'll see. Maybe it takes a couple shots, I don't know. For every 1 squirt, you do 1 squirt, okay? So we'll do some 1, 2, you wanna do 2 squirts of this one for me? Like I'm just putting 1 little drop. I mean, that right there is actually better than what I was able to get yesterday. I was telling Sissy about the dead cat that I found in the road. I put that in an episode. Could have been a year and a half ago or more. But she found out about that today. So we made this for the cat. And we're going to go put it on the grave or close to the grave. It was right around in here. She wanted to write, "Rip cat." You want to hammer it a little bit?
No.
That was very nice of you to make a grave for the kitty. Guy hanging on the... Nice.
He's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy?
Yeah.
That's the Hulk.
Yeah.
So he looks like you or me, right, when he's normal? And then when you make him angry, he turns huge and green.
No, like
Mommy.
he was like this.
Just
he was
like
he was
Mommy.
an alien. And then they were adventuring until he got angry and turned into him.
Oh.
And tried to get both of them.
It looks like he might need
Both
help.
of them.
No?
No, he's just trying to get them to be rude. The power of being kind is better.
Yeah, I agree.
This world is small, but full of things that we will never know. Answers to questions we try to find, the reason that we live and why we die. But I know what I've seen, simple mystery. So come on, babe, let's not waste a moment or another day with answers to questions. Let's live our lives, finding a meaning of a different kind. I know what I've seen in you and me. And all the wonders of this world I found, they mean nothing without you. And all the answers that may come from my mouth, they mean nothing without you, without you. Imagine that, the dimples in your cheeks when I make you laugh. I know what I've seen when you smile at me. I know what I've seen, simple mystery.
Alright, I think that's going to do it for this week's episode. And I was thinking, because not a lot got done, I might skip a week. I just feel like, you know, for those of you watching, obviously this does not pertain to you. But I do feel like less people are watching the videos week to week to week, especially if I'm not doing something big. So I just think it might be best if I just don't upload. But let me know what you think about that. I'm gauging that off of the fact that, well, less views and then less comments and less thumbs up. So it just gives me the impression that, you know, maybe we're
Interest.
less interest. Yeah, so maybe we should upload a little less. I don't know. I don't think some of you maybe understand how much we look forward to the comments. And then I get, like, if it gets boring or something and you don't want to throw the same type of comment maybe from week to week. I don't know. I could ramble about this all day long. All I can say is I feel like we're experiencing a little less interest and we don't want to bore people. And then that's not fair to some people that obviously look forward to the videos every single week. But yeah, so I guess the best you can do is just try to explain your side of it and let me know what you're thinking. And it's okay to criticize, you know. Let us know.
No.
No, criticism is good as long as it's constructive.
Yeah.
You know, if you just tell us like, hey, you know, we like the videos to be 10 to 15 minutes long. We'd like to see like more being done. I don't know. Let me know whatever you're thinking, right?
Really, we just want you to say hi.
Yeah, I mean, just saying hi is great.
Because then we can give you a heart. And
Yeah.
you read all of the comments.
We do read all the comments. And, you know, last week's video, I think, only had 90 comments, which is amazing compared to what it used to be, obviously. But then, you know, you get 300 or 400 some weeks. So maybe I'm just being paranoid. Tell everybody to like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, she got a pen in her hat.
Next week?
See you next week.
Bye.
What, Jay? See you next week. Any last words, Mom?